8:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news edited by Anjanathu Dangoda, read by Victor Raj. Here are the headlines of the local news. The President instructs to send delegation to Moscow to support the Sri Lankan in Russia-Ukraine war front. President Wickremesinghe has allocated 25 million rupees for Ashraf Memorial Museum. The Prime Minister initiates revival of technoparks in Galle and Kurunegala. 67th National Disaster Management Coordinating Committee convened at Taj Samudra today. China explores fresh collaboration and invites in Sri Lanka other investments in Sri Lanka apparel industry. Foreign news: suspects charged with attempted murder of Slovak Prime Minister. Sports news: Sri Lankan racing sensation Ishan Perez secures silver class victory at GT World Challenge Asia Round 4 in Thailand. Local news in detail. State Minister of Foreign Affairs Tharaka Balasura said President Ranil Wickremesinghe has instructed to send a team comprising the Defence Secretary, a Foreign Ministry official and a former Sri Lankan diplomat to Russia to look into the Sri Lankans who have joined the Russian military in the Ukraine war front. Speaking at a press briefing this morning, the State Minister said that an emergency hotline number of the Ministry of Defence is currently in operation to collect the information of Sri Lankan nationals who have travelled to Russia to join the war. Meanwhile, Sri Lanka's State Minister of Defence Pramitha Bandara Tennakon said yesterday that at least 16 Sri Lankan military veterans have been killed fighting in the war between Russia and Ukraine. He further said Sri Lanka opened an inquiry last week into the recruitment of its citizens for the conflict that has since identified the participation of the 288 retired soldiers from the island nation. Upon instructions from President Ranil Wickremesinghe, the construction of the Ashraf Memorial Museum in Kalmone is to commence immediately. The late M.H.M. Ashraf, founder of the Muslim Congress and former minister, was a distinguished politician who served the Muslim community with great dedication. In recognition of his contributions, President Ranil Wickremesinghe has directed the establishment of an Ashraf Memorial Museum. On the occasion of the late Ashraf's 24th death anniversary, at the request of H.M.M. Harris, the Gamadula District Member of Parliament, and the Muslim community, plans have been made to build this memorial museum in Ashraf's hometown, Kalmone. President Wickremesinghe has allocated 25 million rupees for this project and has instructed officials to commence construction without delay. Late M.H.M. Ashraf was not only an eloquent lawyer and legislator but also a revered politician who served a significant role for the Muslim people of the Eastern Province. Disaster risk reduction is very important for building robust communities. Defence Secretary, the National Disaster Management Coordinating Committee, serves as a crucial platform for policy formulation, strategic planning and effective coordination among stakeholders for disaster risk reduction activities. They facilitate communication between subnational and national levels, ensuring an incorporated approach towards disaster management through the National Council for Disaster Management. Defence Secretary General Kamar Gunratna made these remarks while delivering the welcome speech at the 67th NDMCC conference held today at the Taj Samudra Hotel, Colombo. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Continuing with more local news, a prominent delegation of 30 members of the China National Government Association visited Sri Lanka recently to explore fresh avenues of collaboration and investment in the Sri Lankan apparel industry. The CNGA delegation, led by the Executive Vice President of Z King and Ningbo Garment Association, Vice President and Secretary General Mao Yehua, met the Chairman of Sri Lanka's Export Development Board, Executive Director of the Board of the Investment, and members of the Joint Apparel Association Forum Sri Lanka on the 9th of May 2024. That ends local news.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
The King III has recalled his unforgettable journey to Nuwara area while he was on his visit to Sri Lanka and his experience in Macwood's tea estate with Sri Lanka's envoy Rohitha Bogalagama at a recent function. According to a report in Sunday Times, the King has mentioned to High Commissioner Bogalagama that he is still getting a regular supply of Sri Lankan tea. The King, who suddenly fell ill the last couple of months, is now attending functions with Queen Camilla occasionally. While in the meeting, Queen also remembered her joyful experience in Galle during her visit to Sri Lanka. That ends main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
Moving on to Watchlight, Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena is initiating key measures to revive the technological park in Galle and Kurunegala, initiated in 2021 but later abandoned. A statement from the Prime Minister's office said yesterday that the Ministry of Investment Promotion has been advised in the National Operations Room discussions to prepare a plan to make proper use of the buildings constructed in the technology park by the Technopark company in Kurunegala and Galle districts. The problems of the development projects and the methods of expediting those projects were discussed by the National Operation Room headed by the Secretary to the Prime Minister Anura Dissanayake. That ends Watchlight. More news on Watchlight. President Ranil Wickremesinghe, stressing the need to modernize Sri Lanka's agricultural exports, said that he expects the country's population to drop by at least 1 million over the next decades. The President said Sri Lanka's population will decline by 1 million by the year 2048. Relatively, the population around us will increase by at least 1 billion, especially from Africa to Indonesia. This will be our market and we must prepare for it. President Wickremesinghe made these comments addressing the inauguration of the Athuragiriya National Institute of Plantation Management's new academic and administrative complex. Moving along with the world news, let's take a look at the headlines. Suspects charged with attempted murder of Slovak Prime Minister. Greece rescues 42 migrants off Crete, searches for 3 missing. Former Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan gets bail in graft case, lawyer says. Foreign news in detail. A man has been charged with the attempted murder of Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico after the politician was seriously hurt in a shooting attack. The alleged assaults has not been formally named, but Slovak reports have widely identified him as a 71-year-old from the town of the Levis. Reports say he could face up to life in prison. Mr. Fico, 59, is in a serious but stable condition after being shot several times in what colleagues described as a politically motivated attack. Interior Minister Satus Sothaj Estok told a news conference on today that the suspect had acted alone and that he had previously taken part in anti-government protests. Greece rescued 42 migrants off the island of Crete and was looking for 3 believed to be missing after the boat sent a disaster signal while at sea, the Greek Coast Guard said on Thursday. A Coast Guard official said the migrants were rescued by commercial vessels and a Greek Navy helicopter some 27 nautical miles southwest of Crete. It was not clear what happened to their boat, the official told Reuters on condition of anonymity, adding that a search and rescue operation for the missing was underway. A high court in Pakistan on Wednesday granted bail to Imran Khan in the £190 million corruption case, in which the jailed former Prime Minister and his wife are accused of receiving land worth billions of Pakistan rupees as a bribe from a real estate tycoon. A two-member bench of the Islamabad High Court had served the verdict on Tuesday after the completion of the arguments. On Wednesday, the court asked Khan to submit a surety bond of 1 million Pakistan rupees in order to secure bail. However, the order will not result in the ex-premier's release from Adiala jail since his sentences in the Idat and Safer cases are yet to be suspended. To wrap up the world news, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Suspect charged with attempted murder of Slovak Prime Minister. Greece rescues 42 migrants off Crete, searches for 3 missing. Former Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan gets bail in graft case, lawyer says. That ends world news.
Development news.
The East Container Terminal of the Sri Lanka Ports Authority yesterday welcomed 3 more ship-to-shore cranes, bringing the current count to 6 out of the planned 12. This progress represents a significant milestone in the terminal's expansion, emphasizing our commitment to maintaining a leading position in global trade facilitation. It ensures our ability to efficiently meet the demands of our customers. That came to you on Development News.
Moving on with sports news.
Sri Lankan racing sensation Ishan Perez came home with a triumphant win in the Silver Cup category at round 4 of the GT World Challenge Asia, held at the Chiang International Cricket Circuit in Thailand. The victory cemented a positive weekend for the Sri Lankan driver, who also scored a podium the day before in round 3. Ishan credited the collaborative efforts that went into preparing the car. We worked really hard together to get the car to work, and today we got some results for our work, he remarked. He specifically commended his teammate for a stellar performance on the stint. He further expressed his gratitude to Absolute Racing and Porsche Motorsports Asia Pacific for the opportunity, and his appreciation to his supporters from Sri Lanka for their unwavering encouragement. That came to you on Sports News.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු ගීත හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru Mithru account. NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
In Sri Lanka, the banking sector is undergoing a dynamic shift, fueled by rapid technological advancements and a significant surge in digital adaptation. At NDB, where with their commitment spearheading this transformation with the steadfast commitment to 3 key pillars: security, innovation, and customer focus. Cyber threats loom larger than ever in this digital age. At NDB, securing customer data is prominent, underscored by our achievement of the ISO 27001 certificate, a testament to our unwavering commitment to robust cybersecurity measures that cultivate customer trust and confidence in our digital solutions. We maintain this trust through regular security audits, comprehensive employee training, and the adaptation of advanced security technologies, ensuring our defenses evolve as rapidly as the landscape of cyber threats. That came to you on Business News.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු හින හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Moving on to economic news. First Capital Research said its exchange rate revision May 2024 report of official reserves saw a sizable uptick for 23% in the month of December 2023, following the disbursements received from the IMF's second tranche, World Bank and ADB. Accordingly, the reserves level climbed higher to $4.4 billion by the end of 2023 and continued to exhibit robust improvement in the first half of the 2024 amidst various positive developments as it closed at a 3.5-year high of $5.4 billion by the end of April 2024. That ends economic news.
Weather report.
Showery and windy conditions are expected to enhance during the next few days due to pre-monsoonal conditions over the country and surrounding areas. Showers or thundershowers will occur at times in the western, Sabargama and northwestern provinces and in the Gola and Madhur districts. Showers or thundershowers will occur at several places elsewhere of the island after 1 p.m. Heavy showers about 100 mm likely at some places in the western, central, Sabargama and Uva provinces. That ends the weather report. To wrap up the night news on Radio Sri Lanka, let's take a look at the headlines once again. The President instructs to send delegation to Moscow to support the Sri Lankans in Russia-Ukraine war front. President Wickremesinghe has allocated 25 million rupees for Ashraf Memorial Museum. The Prime Minister initiates revival of technoparks in Gola and Kurunegala. 67th National Disaster Management Coordinating Committee convened at the Taj Samudra, Colombo. China explores fresh collaboration and investment in Sri Lanka's apparel industry. Foreign news, suspect charged with attempted murder of Slovak Prime Minister. Sports news, Sri Lankan racing sensation Ishan Paris secures silver class victory at GT World Challenge Asia Round 4 in Thailand. With that, we wrap up the night news on Radio Sri Lanka. Back to Maria Lavandot.